What's up, guys? Super pumped to bring you this great version, Scarlet Begonias, fun bass line, great show. I'm playing off of the Cornel 77 show, and great version. This show itself, Cornel, is kind of a legendary. If you haven't heard it, you should check it out. I'll attach all this in the description. So yeah, let's get right into it, man. I wanted to we're going to follow along the live version because, you know anything about the Dead and Phil Lesh and stuff, a lot of, like, they would play the same songs, but every version was a little bit different. And so I thought we would just kind of see this version of Scarlet Begonias and his phrases and what he does. And we'll try and kind of get the bulk of what he's doing without getting too finicky about, all the stuff, but I can show you the patterns and everything. So the pattern I wanted to show you is the Mixolydian pattern. And if you're getting into the Grateful Dead or you're kind of newer to it or whatever, the Mixolydian pattern is huge. They use it everywhere. And what I'll even do is, if I'm going to learn a song, Scarlet Begonias, I'll just Google Scarlet Begonias mode, and it'll tell you the mode. And that's like a pattern that I'll kind of, use. And like Morning Dew is Mixo. And I can't think off the top of my head a bunch more, but so the pattern is in B Mixolydian, this song. So all those, that's B. So we'll start here though on the 7th fret E string, and the pattern will be 7 9 6 7 9 6 7 9. So boom 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 boom. Now, your ability to learn and retain and recall patterns quickly is a huge part of bass playing. It's a huge part of being a player. And so I encourage you to take this simple pattern and just kind of sear it in, right? Just really take the time. So when you're going to learn a song and it's going to focus on this pattern, learn the pattern. And then also what I want to encourage, every song, every pattern you learn, what I just call it the 3 positions. Usually, and so for the B, so we have the B down here. We have the B right here. And then we have the B right here. And technically I have a B right here, but that's not really going to help us much. But what I like to think is, okay, I'm going to learn a new pattern. I'm going to learn a new scale or a mode or what, but just a pattern. Just think about it as a pattern. Theory, I'm not a theory person. It kind of confuses me anytime I kind of try to go down that way. So I'm just like, I just learn patterns and they work and let's go. So any pattern you learn, wherever, learn it the 3 positions. So you got your B here, your B here, your B here. If it was in G, there's a G here, there's a G here, and a G here. So you're the same pattern, but in G. And I'm telling you, just the ability to do that, just 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. If you could just kind of quickly, that helps. Because you'll be jamming in G here, and you'll want to do a little lick in G, and you don't even have to think about it. You know where you're at. But let's get out of G and back to B, because that's what this song is all about. Pardon my rambling here. It's just a little unorthodox. My style's not for everybody, but for some of you, I know I've gotten some great messages, and so let's get to work. B mixo. Really, you're going to focus on this B, and you're going to focus on this B. Okay? And so that opening lick is B, and then to the octave, and then he just does the. So that's it. Boom. Without all the slidey and shit, it would be boom. Ba-bum, bum. And that's the B up there. That's why, like I say, if learn your three positions. Really, this song we mainly use these two positions, but learn those like the back of your hand, and so you can just look down and we're in B. And yeah, I'll quit belaboring the point. So the lick is, and then he'll slide to that octave. You can slide here, or you can slide up here. I usually tend to do it, but it is cool up here. It sounds a little fatter. That's that whole, and he might it might go bum 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 bum, or it might go bum 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 bum. You know, but those are the notes, and so listen to it. And like I say, each time he kind of does something a little bit different, but they all use those notes. And so B mixolydian, hammer that shit in. Another thing I want to talk about is, for the song, for all its greatness, the verse is so repetitive. So if you learn the verse, that's most of the song. She had rings on her fingers and bells on her shoes. And so what I want to, we'll just play root notes. Okay? And so we're going to start, we do the intro lick, and then we go, I was walking around Grosvenor Square. So it's just from the B, we come down to the E. And then it goes like this. So at its core, that's the bass line. You know, there's a lot of shit going on, but if at the beginning, she had rings on her fingers and bells on her shoes. I could tell without asking she was into the blues. She wore scarlet begonias tucked into her curls. I knew right away she was not like other girl. So let's play that. Let's just play that. So we do 3 verses before we go to the change. But we do 3 verses, we go to the change, and we'll learn that when we get there. And then after the change, there's a big build, and then we go right back to the verse, right? We do another verse. And then there's a solo section. And in this particular version, I think he goes through he solos over the verse 4 times. And then there's another verse. You know what I mean? So it's just verse, and then there's that change in the middle. So there's really 2 parts to this song. You learn the verse, you learn that change, and then there's a lick at the end that I wanted to show you. And really that's it. And then so So the way he likes, I like to rings on her fingers and bells on her shoes, and the lick would be this. So that's 7, 6, 9, 9, 6, 9, 7. Boom. Oh, na na, oh, boom. And if you think about it too, it's like two triangles, because the first part is the E, F, but if you just look at the roots, and then from here you go, so it's this triangle is the first half, and then this triangle is the second half. Verse. I'm telling you, just to kind of nail it. She wore scarlet begonias. And usually I'll keep this kind of simple and go low. Boom. And then I'll go high on this. But another part of that second half, so would be she wore scarlet begonia, and then but then I would like to, from the A, you boom, and you go bum, bum, bum. So it's the same, that same pattern from there. So you boom, bum, 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 boom, and then that's a long hold there, so sometimes you would yeah, boom, or something, some lick, but I'm just trying to give you the broad strokes here. Sorry, keep. That's the cherry on top. When you end that is she wore scarlet, and usually the last time around I will bum, 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 and then from here bum, bum. And that's it's just a cool thing to know. So that is an A, and that's your A up here. So you're just going to the octave, the same note, just, up higher. And so that's a cool way to like, boom. And that's a little thing. I don't know if Phil does it exactly, but I don't know why I just do it, and I've always done it, is right before we go back. So you would boom. I always do this. I always like prelude into the. So anyhow, again, I take forever. Apologies. Now. So this part here is F sharp, 2nd fret E string, and then I just go down to the B, and then A, E, and then we'll do that again. And then so I know there's a lot. I know I'm a lot, but hey, there's gold to be mined here. So again, verse, verse, verse. Learn the verse inside and out, frontward and backward, and that will help you get really fluid with this jam. And then you go to the change, which is, and I ain't often right, and I've never been wrong. And I usually keep this kind of simple. Once in a while, you get shown the light in the strangest of places. So you do the same thing twice, and then from here, the second time around, you could just go back. It's a climb. Boom, 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 boom. Well, there ain't nothing wrong. So the change, F sharp, B, A, E, twice. Once in a while, you get shown the light in the strangest of places if you look at it. From the E, you go to the F sharp, you go to the A, and you go to the B. And then this is where I like to do just a classic Mixolydian climb, that pattern. So you go to the B, B, and then I go bum, 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 bum. And then you're right back to the verse. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's so much the verse. It's all the verse, except you have that climb and stuff. And I like, because he plays, let's see what Phil does. He's just kind of going up high. Same thing. He goes up like to the F sharp here. So again, he's like a boom, bam, ba-da-da-da-da. Something to that effect. But he's using the same exact notes. And that's what I'm saying. I just want to give you guys the patterns, the shapes, the shit, you know what I mean? And then listen to this and listen to all the other Scarlet Begonias, and you can kind of see what he's doing. But rather than try and decipher every single thing note for note, I'm more interested in the overall thing. Because every time we play it, my band plays it, it's different. You know what I mean? Are you inside? Are you rehearsing? Are you outside? Is it cold? Is it fun? Or well, you know what I mean? Like there's just vibes that can like shape grooves and stuff. And so let's just learn the bricks, right? The real stuff. And then you're the filter that this kind of will pass through and see how it comes out. It's just, that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. So let's keep going though. Let's keep going. So this is after the climb, the next verse. There's nothing wrong with the look that's in her eye. I had to learn the hard way to let her pass by. Kind of garf that up. Here we go. Solo over the verse. That right, I'm not even going to attempt to get into that, but if you could hear that, Phil does this like like this cool. He's a genius, man. He was special. So, we will solo over the verse, I believe 4 4 times. Hey. And this here, you can experiment. The main thing is to keep it together, you know what I mean? Don't experiment and get too far away from your form. Another verse. You can keep here, Phil. He keeps doing that. This. Ah. The lick, the spicy lick. So again, this is, you guessed it, it's like buried in this Mixolydian pattern. Let's see here. So we start on B. And then remember, again, the pattern. Boom, 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 boom. So the lick is boom, boom, boom. So it would be 7, 6, 9, 9, 7, 7, 6, 9, 9, 7. Okay. Boom. And then 9, 7, 6, 7. Oh wait, 9, 7, 6, 9. So you have the first boom, 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 and then the second part. Start with your pinky, and you 9, 7, 6, the A, D, G string. So the first part, the second part, the third part is you start on 7 on the D string. Aha! So you start out with the root, and then the first part is ba-bo-bum-bum. The second part, boom. The third part is 7, 6, 9, 8, 9, 6, 7. Let me double check that. And I should note, I listening to this version, that's Jerry's. He's pretty much playing almost all of those notes. I don't know about that last one. You know, but I do. I play it. I tend to do that a lot too, is because so the idea is you play the whole song through to this pattern. The whole band coalesces on this, and we all play it. And that's what's cool. I play with some pretty talented guys, and so we can nail this pretty succinctly. Like, and I'll do that, a little ghost note. And then, so what happens, you coalesce on the pattern, and we impress everybody with our chops, whatever. And then slowly you keep repeating it, and then slowly you start to kind of fall off one by one. You'll let go of a note here or a note there. And then, because this is the Grateful Dead, right? So it's time to get a little get a little weird and get a little dynamic and a little slippery. And so that's what I like to do is and then so it might go like you know what I mean? Just shit like that, you know. And it depends, right? I'm standing next to like a badass drummer, and so like him and I just kind of start vibing. And a lot of times, what like if it's a heady kind of a party, right? You know, and sometimes we play wineries; they're a little straighter. Sometimes we play parties, and it can be pretty loose. And so to kind of get darker with it, usually I would do this. After I fall off a little bit, the thing to do I would do is see, I mean, I'm just kind of fucking throwing it at the wall anyways, you know. There's not like a preconceived, but it would be the from the notesy just plugging out roots, like heavily muted, heavily ghosted. And then eventually what you would do is, and that leads you into Fire on the Mountain. You know, that your groove would be from B to A. And I'll get into that again. I'm looking now. We're almost at like 30 minutes. I wasn't expecting. But this is how it goes. And like I say, this isn't for everybody, a little unorthodox. But hopefully I helped some people. And this is that you're who it's for. You know what I mean? Like this is just, we're just having fun here. So we're not trying to get too serious. And everybody wants to point out my faults, but this is it. So anyhow, thank you guys. I hope this helped get you a little further down. Hopefully we move the ball a little further down the field. And yeah, anyhow, I'll be back with lots more. All right, guys, take care. Peace.